All right, so I'm going to show you something today that's going to change your life on the charts and everything. So, when price is selling, retracing, and selling, we always want to ask ourselves, how the hell is this thing going to come back up to all this juiciness? It doesn't take just a day, it takes several days. That's one. So, but, and I'm about to tell you something, you've heard it before. You're just going to have to want to see price sweep, break, and retest. But it doesn't just happen like that, right? It's the days. We saw Friday, June 14th, Friday, June 21st, and then price went down this low. Now, mind you, we're on a 3 hour, 4 hour time frame, meaning everything here is going to take an extra trading day or maybe the next week to follow up. Now, within this structure, the first thing we needed to identify is this: the 4 hour lows of two previous weeks, the 14th and the 21st. This
Mm-hmm.
candle went further down, and then the consecutive candles afterwards reversed. Now, in each of those trades, each of those areas of interest in price action here, there could have been a trade. I know because I took this trade on Thursday, but I definitely exited while after price did what? Broke structure on some buy side liquidity. And that's why a lot of times I tell y'all, like, the buy side liquidity is not just your exit, but it can be your entry if you feel like prices took out an old high. In this case, an old lower high. So if I wanted to take a counter trade, I'm like, all right, price just took out the previous high. Don't be surprised if there's like a green ray here in my indicator, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a break of structure. It is the first break of structure from this trend. That's a change of character. I don't even be talking about that like that for real. But we have the low that got swept on the 4 hour. We need a break. And the first break, you need to get out because there's probably a retracement. Or the first break, you need to close 80% partials because there's a potential chance price might pull all the way.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking 78 or 79% Fibonacci retracements and da 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 da. Yeah, sure. But we can tell once price breaks structure, there's a potential chance for a retest. Okay. That's number one. This is all the beginning signs of price potentially coming back here. But here's where I usually mess up at. Let's say I caught a nice buy from here. I'm trying to hold like there's no tomorrow all the way here. But just eventually, I realized I do this crap so often, it's not even funny. And now I've learned better. And what is that? It's when I see price break past them old highs here, I need to also exit or close majority of the partials because there could be this pullback. But when price does a buy side liquidity sweep like this, it is also a break of structure that could have been the higher high, which it is. Once price makes a higher low, which comes in a form of a 4 hour structure that just can't let up. It just won't be pulling back lower than this. And they're having a hard time struggling to keep selling more. And when you really take a look at it, you see Tuesday got swept in London, and then they had another break and retest. If you keep seeing this type of behavior after a sweep of the buy side and a higher low being made because they're unable to break, oh,
Mm-hmm.
those are definite signs that the next 24 hours or 2 days is going to bring it all the way up here. That's when price feels all the juicy price action that was like running here that you probably couldn't catch because it was moving so fast. This is the internal structure retracement. Never mind that this is a breaker block. right here. More confluence. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
it is no surprise why when I traded gold, I saw the same situation going on. Gold was selling off end of June. I was like, okay, are we gonna? But they stopped right here because you know how them candles when they playing in real time, they just be looking so juicy, and you feel so annoyed that you didn't catch all this. You pull out the measuring stick, you're like, oh, 280. Oh my God. You're just mad,
Mm-hmm.
hella mad. Now, how am I ever gonna catch 200 something pips? It's okay, you will, but you gotta stop just being mad and pay attention. Number one, how do we know price is gonna come back up? First, they take out sell side liquidity. The same way they take out buy side liquidity, same behavior, as above, so below.
Mm-hmm.
If I see that I missed all of the sell side liquidity, because you know they sell side, then London, they break in retest, they out of there. If I miss all of this, and sometimes I do, I calm myself down. I said, okay, well, that was day one. Now sequence number one. They sweep, they break, they're gonna have to retest. So I wait. So I'm like, okay, this happened between Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. Okay. I wonder if this is gonna follow through Monday and Tuesday. Monday, price does this. It comes down. You're thinking maybe imbalances here. No, they didn't go. They instead just swept Thursday and Friday. You see that? But now,
Mm-hmm.
if on Monday I'm seeing that Friday got swept, hey, we still taking that buy. We're just not gonna be taking this buy thinking it's gonna go all the way to the heavens. That's an intraday trade for Monday. Price sweeps Friday, breaks retest. We gotta buy a trade for the next 2 hours at least, or towards the next supply. Boom, we got it. Don't stay in that one because they're probably gonna lose volume, and that is one of my weaknesses. I'm openly telling you this because that's how I get better, D. I literally call out my weaknesses. I'm like, bro, Hans, this is where you keep messing up at. Yeah, you had a great setup. Yeah, you feel prideful of holding this position and you want to swing it, but brother, you got to know when it's time to exit because it's the first time they break in the structure, taking out old highs. Every time they take out old highs, they pull back in. So it's either you close your buys right here or you take the counter because you just noticed price just took out an old high. They're gonna pull back where they started. So there are many layers of how you can do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to understand what's going on when this happens and that happens and this happens. So while this doing that, and I'm painting a picture, obviously, we still back here retesting it, waking it on a higher time frame. You're like, Lord, this is a lot. But you notice that Hans told you if price between Thursday to a Tuesday is still respecting the zone, even on a 3, 4 hour, 1 hour, the last thing I didn't realize is they might throw me off like here, but just remember, Hans, just remember, D, if price pulls back by 12:30 or 11 or 1 p.m. and they still respecting the 8:30 or the 8, the 8 a.m. pre-market, that is the last straw that'll give you what you need. Now, mind you, I told you I was trying to take buys, it didn't work. Here's why it didn't work. And that'd be a problem I have. Sometimes I want to hold my trade. I don't want to keep playing around and wondering. I just want to hold it and let it play out. But sometimes price will do this, which I was in that buy, and then they'll pull back. I'm like, okay. Then they'll pull back. I'm like, should I be worried? Price is like, yes, sir. Take, let me get that trade. I'm like, And then I said, all right, well, if you're not buying, then you're selling. And it started selling, selling. And now I'm over here having an over anticipation of thinking it's going to drop down here or here. And it stopped right here. And it pulled back.
Mm,
And I'm driving, right? I'm actually not home. And it pulled back. I'm like, okay, okay, we're going to sell. And this candle just doesn't seem right. It's just something's off about this price action. And I'm like, watch them buy. And then prices went, yeet. I'm like, oh shit. Oh damn. Oh man, this is a bad day. Now I'm thinking about the beautiful 9K I was up here. And how did I let this thing slip me by? Now, if I spiral into that question and start getting frustrated, not only did the market win me over, I'm out of alignment at this point. I'm livid.
right.
And I'm on the wrong side of a obsession. I want revenge. But I realized that you want revenge? Okay, so do we. Bring that ass here. They were gonna clap me again. So I better be mindful how I play. It's just like the OG basketball players from the hood. And then if you're the little boy from middle school, but you're not that bad at basketball, but like they're bigger than you, they're tougher than you, they start fouling you, they start playing dirty. If you try and go muscle to muscle with them boys, you will probably end up with a black eye. It's like, hey, little boy, hey, relax, little jit. Hey, we was just playing with you, but if you try to take it serious, now you're getting bullied. So I know this market. I don't bully the market, but I do know when it's time for me to murder you. I just gotta wait and become cynical about it. So as we do more research in back testing, especially when the week is done, I'm not looking at the market. I'm like, why did I not see this? I'm like, ugh. And I'm like, oh, hey, Hans, whoa, 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 whoa. Relax, bro. You're losing your cool.
Mm,
This is how you heal. This is how you grieve. Take screenshots. I don't care how mad you are. Write something. And I'll
mm,
write that thing with tears in my eyes sometimes because I lost. And now I have to write it in hindsight. Shit hurts. But I
mhm.
know faith without works is dead. So I do the work in hopes that I'll find the setup again in the future. Look at this 5/19/2023. Find a comfortable distance to wait out the move instead of hesitating your execution. 60 points away was a good stop loss today off the 1 hour breaker block. Plus, it's Thursday, middle of the month. Anticipating the next day is the wrong way to think. Better to fuck around and find out by attempting the trade regardless. This is me writing a note for myself, but I'm mad as hell I
Yeah,
missed this trade. But I'm like, how do I repurpose this frustration? Because it's eating me up. Eating me up. Oh my God, damn, I can't sleep. I'm tossing and turning. My mood is off. People trying to have a funny joke with me.
you give me that fake thing. You give me that
What's
smile.
wrong? You and then what's wrong? You lost a trade today. They know you. They know you.
Know you, yeah.
Nah, it's not that. It's not that. You lost a trade. How much we lost today? Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. If you get even more mad, now you made your partner mad, and now we're all mad.
Everybody in the house mad, yeah.
Everybody mad, right? Now you just a bad company to be around, and now you're gonna have to either apologize or people are like, yeah, you are not, yeah, red flag. Or, you toxic, or you might be mentally abusive one of these days. You might take it out on me. Now you have your partner like lacking trust and confidence in your abilities. You don't even want to talk. You don't even want to eat. You're not a good. You're just not good energy to be around, right?
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
how do we deal with that as traders? You got to learn to have your little diary, write something, deal with it, pray, work out, do something. But in your mind, while you're praying, oh, sorry, that does happen for real. But while you're working out, you got to keep that little machine pumping. Be like, how the hell did I lose this trade? Man, what could I have done better? Or I need to okay, let me take a shower. But the whole time you're ruminating your thoughts about what happened here.
Right.
And finally, the only way to release is to write what you want to do next time you catch Shorty slipping. Cause she owed you, she got something from you. But you can't do it in any type of amateur type of killer. You gotta be a professional about it. Look at what I wrote.
Right.
Gotta learn to build your risk around the distance that it requires, that the trade requires. Do not be afraid of the breathing room you need to give a trade. That's where I got the whole breathing room thing from. Remember?
Right.
And then I said, better than that to miss out and think the move will otherwise happen tomorrow. That's a false narrative. You see how crazy it is now? I can like add some more value to this call with you. But this was real life, and you can tell how I'm talking. I can still feel that damn
Yeah, you feel,
frustration.
yeah, yeah, uh-huh.
I'm still mad because it's
Yeah, even
tapping
though you
into,
recovered, you're still mad.
yeah, you like, damn, it took everything for me to become better. But I remember it's just like when Kobe's telling the story. Yeah, I remember it was like June 15, 2003, and we was at the finals. And then LeBron just gave me a low, ha ha. And then he just went and just finished with the layup, and he switched his hand, and I've been studying him, and he always finishes with the left, but this time he finished with the right, and I was so upset. But yeah, that was a good play. That's exactly how Kobe is, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you know Kobe mad as hell. He finished like that on him, and that was the final move, and they won that regular season game at home at the Los Angeles arena. But those are the stories that really turn you into a killer. It's gonna hurt you, it's gonna haunt you, but you're gonna have to figure out how to use that damn experience to make better for next time. And this is why
Right.
I'm such a valuable mentor because I show you the pain and the documentation. You
Yeah.
can see my path. I'm not sitting here giving you great words of encouragement. I can show you proof. And it ain't a story I'm making up. This is documentation of pain, risk, poor risk, not understanding something. Or sometimes it's also a good profit too. But I remember one time on demo, I made $1 million.
Mm.
And I caught it exactly how I wanted to catch it. I said, if I were to ever have $1 million day, I'm not about to sit here and manifest it and praise it and fake. No, I want to see me do it for real on the live or a demo environment. I said I would love to put like 2 500 lot trades. So I'm like, God damn, that's heavy. That's 5,000 per trade, man. Uh-uh. And how would I go about it? Well, I'd probably need 200 pips. So okay, well, what kind of setup would that be? I said, 2021 was the year of mitigations. And what the hell? I'm trying to move this thing to the right. And I caught that thing so good.
Mm.
Looking at it now, this is some buy side liquidity from the previous candle. But I was looking at price breaking and retesting coming back to the supply zone, and I went, I didn't even need to put no stop loss because when price pulls back this deep the second time in the supply zone, it's over.
Mm.
They about to sell off. And so
What
that
time
thing,
frame was it?
well, M30, but I
30.
was
Oh, you said
spotting this
30.
thing.
Okay.
Now notice I thought the supply was here and they were gonna come back here, but I saw that break retest and they were just using this area. I was like, all right, fuck it. I get in the trade. Ideally, my stop loss would have been right above 1870, that wick.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing dropped from what? Let me click that again. It dropped from okay, so I caught it from so you can see me and gold got history too. So from 1869 to 1859. So
Mm.
100 pips. But I knew gold will most likely give out 100 pips than the full 200. So that's why I knew if I needed to have $1 million trade, I would probably have to twin trade two positions of 500 lots. Just like if I were to have a 10K day, I would twin trade two 5 lots. So 5 lots, 100 pips, or 50 lots, 100 pips, or 500 lots, 100 pips. There goes 100 and something pips that I caught. Think 100 on each of them, and they each made 500, 500 equals 10.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I tell you all this to say, if you ain't got them notes, you doing yourself a big disservice. Where is the frustration going? You know you're great. You know you're an athlete. You know you just got all this energy in you, but you don't know how to channel it the right way. I write stuff like if you suspect an incoming sweep before London while you were already in the trade, close your positions and get back after the London Open liquidity gets swept. Thank you. And wasn't I not telling you earlier that I was proud of myself for closing that trade, that I was in profit right before NFP?
Mm-hmm.
It came as a gentle reminder because I wrote it down and I said to myself, next time do that. It'll be better for you. And I remember in July, something like that happened to me
Oh,
on
and
live.
you tried to trade the news.
Yeah, I was up 7K something on this like funded account on maybe US 30 or something like that. And then I thought the 8:30 news was gonna make it even better. And then they went against the position. Then by 10:45 or maybe 11, they
Mm-hmm.
continued the way that I wanted. And I was upset. I was so livid because I knew that shit was gonna go in that direction. But I didn't realize sometimes price will, during the news, sweep, pull back deep, then continue. So I'm like, shit, you know what? I should have just closed my trade before the 8:30, wait for price to pull back, then get back in. It would have benefited me better.
Right.
So what did I do today? Right when I was about to hold that trade, I'm like, oh shit. Oh, thank God I remembered to close my
Oh
position.
my God, yeah, because that would have went all the way down.
Yeah, I
Was
was
that
right here
taking
at
you out from earlier?
2062. Yeah, I was in that 2062, but the position was so sexy that I was thinking it was gonna just keep going. But I said, Hans, bro, close that trade and then come back in after off a breaking retest. And if it keeps running, hey, oh well, bro, you closed profit. I said, all right. I was obedient. And now, mind you, ideally you wait for prices sweep maybe London. But no, they went back to trade to sweep Thursday. But I figured this out because I've seen this type of stuff before. This way can be very intimidating. You're like, oh shit, this thing's selling. No, it's a sell. Nope, dummy. It's a buy. And sometimes you get caught twice. You got caught because you was in them buys. And the sell happened, the sweep happened. Then you try to take a sweep thinking you're gonna run with it, then it bought back up, and now you lost twice for the day, and you hey account blown, breached, the whole spiel. So
Right.
I learned during news, especially like NFP, don't trade the 8:30. Wait for the follow through. And so when Price went and did this 9:30, boom, pulled back at the 9:30 by 10:30. Guess who's in that trade?
So you just know it's going to be a follow through.
Yeah, I
No
expect it
doubt in your
and look
mind.
forward to it. Have no guarantees of what happened though. But I
Right.
guarantee you one thing: I'm not losing nothing by waiting.
Yeah, well, it's going to follow through. Either it's going to go up or down. It is going to follow through one way or the other.
Yeah. So once I realized that it is what's going on, oh thank God, better opportunity, calmer mind. I'm getting in that joint, and I'm just following with what we was expecting because here it is right here. Yesterday at 11:59, very simple setup for buys that I'm looking on gold, targeting 23.87. I'm sure NFP will help carry the price. Look what somebody said at 8:45. What is that? Which news is that? Uh,
That's your team. That's your group.
yeah. Alice was talking crazy, didn't realize it was NFP. So I wrote, I was gonna write at 8:15 that it's NFP Friday, but assume everybody is on beat by now. Like, what are you asking right now? We've been here for 3 years. But she's a mom. She's going through a lot of personal stuff. Either way, when you come here, you better be about your business. And still, last night I wrote this, even though granted, maybe she just didn't get to see it.
I didn't read it. She didn't read it.
Yeah, I tagged everyone. Once I do that, my mind is at peace. I could try and warn you all I want, but hey, it is what it is. Now, the point of me post showing you this is because for the second time during this week, I caught a setup and was already anticipating what was going to happen late in the evening, but everything to do with the fact that Thursday, Friday to Tuesday, price respected this area. And so when I caught the buys on Wednesday slash Wednesday night, slash Tuesday night, I caught it right here. I got in. I saw price already did this for New York. I saw sweeps, wick. Don't matter to me. Even if price were to pull back at 23, 25, okay. They still respecting this area. So pull back or not, pull back, continue. So when I got in this trade by 12 midnight, I went to sleep, didn't even think of nothing. As soon as I woke up, it was 8. Mind you, I got in here. Somewhere in here. I'm like, good Lord. I closed. I didn't even care that price was gonna potentially keep going, which it did. I was like, no, I need to be disciplined in closing this one because I don't want to even go through the emotions of like watching some weird pullback while I'm up so much. I've recovered everything, everything from this trade. And so Wednesday, I didn't trade. I don't think I did. No, no, no. No, no, no. Yeah, I just was very satisfied at how Wednesday turned out. But the rest of this session, I did not trade it. Thursday,
Did
yeah,
you?
I didn't
So
trade
you did
Thursday.
trade Wednesday?
I did trade Wednesday because I went to sleep Tuesday night at midnight. And I
Mm-hmm.
got in the trade by the time I woke up Wednesday morning by like 8 a.m.,
Okay, so
which
they
is what
were
it did.
there.
Right. But why did I expect it to do that? Remember, we had a hard time breaking lower. We respected Thursday, Friday, Monday, and then on Tuesday they did that. So now I know the first time they tried it last Friday, I was in these buys. I thought it was gonna keep going. They sold on me. I'm like, shit. It happened with me on US 30, not gold. But it's the same setup. So I need to
Okay.
remember back just like back in the day, when price sweeps buy side liquidity and I was in a buy here, the first time price takes out them highs, get out, exit or close a lot of your partials because you'll catch them next time when they make the higher low. And if they using 2 days to bounce off the same area, that's when you know they're gonna gather up and muster up the strength to keep pushing it. So that's why by 12:30 a.m. or 12 a.m., I still got in them buys. And I knew this was gonna happen to fill everything here on the left.
So that was Wednesday. Was so actually was that Wednesday morning or Thursday morning? Oh,
Wednesday
midnight,
morning.
Wednesday morning. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then
But
Thursday, you didn't do anything on Thursday.
no, because I'm like, I'm gonna anticipate NFP, see if it's gonna be a good setup. So NFP, I'm looking at the
But Thursday
H4.
was also a holiday, so that might be another reason why you didn't trade.
Yeah, I didn't trade Thursday. Yeah, yesterday because it was a holiday. That's why. Yeah. And it still made me feel away because I saw movement. I'm like, oh, y'all got good movement on holidays now, like on Independence. Okay, you know, duly noted. But I'm like, I'm much happier having this discipline that I have now. I didn't care that I didn't trade um 4th of July that much. Because look how price just literally when it swept 4th of July's lows so they can buy. And I knew
Mhm.
there was a lot of potential because this volume, this W, this structure just got respected so well that I knew I'm not gonna be greedy. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, I know you guys, if y'all still got bullish strength, y'all gonna take out this wick and probably pull back in. But by the time y'all get here, I'm getting out. So what did I do?
Yeah, that's a crazy looking W too, isn't it?
Right, right. What did I do though?
Show me where you see the W at. Let's see if I'm seeing it the same place you seeing it. Yeah, yeah,
And then this
yeah.
W.
Oh, that's a smaller W.
Right. And then this is a small W two. W two. Right. We're not talking about no taxes, but yeah. Boom, boom, boom. So if price
Mm.
keeps doing this and showing me that type of structure, then yeah, that means you
What's
got
the difference between internal and external?
oh good. This is all internal. When price takes out a previous low outside and breaks and retests, that's internal. This is external.
What's external? Show me in red.
Okay. This is external.
Mhm.
When you're driving and you're in the lane and somehow you end up going outside of the lane, that's external, right?
Mhm.
But when you pull back inside the lane, that's internal, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So think of it that way. If price is going outside of a demand low, that's external liquidity getting swept. We only know once we see price breaks retest on the H1 or the higher time frames breaks and retests again. So we're like, oh, external liquidity got taken out. Okay. Or if price goes above this recent lower high here and leaves a wick like that,
Mhm.
that's external. Because once they did that, what did they do? Swim back inside here. That's external.
Okay.
Look, May, same situation, right? We
Mhm.
were selling, selling, selling. First thing they did was what? They took out that low with a wick. That's what I like about these guys. They start to show you signature stuff. Murdered the low, reverse, drove off, drive by shooting, break a structure, take out that high, pull back in. So I'm like,
Right.
okay, I need to be careful. When I'm in all this good profit and they take out that high, I need to get out because then that's how they're gonna make the higher low or make take out a lot of my positions. But when price breaks and retests like that, that's still them doing all of this schematic inside this range to come back from here. Because the more you break and retest like that, the more you're gonna be pushing higher within this range. But once you make it outside above the supply, then that's external. If you pull back in, then that's internal.
Right.
So that's why I'm still thinking, you know what? From what we're looking at right now, the way this is looking, there's no cells that's gonna bring it all the way back down here. Any cell is gonna be a retest to keep pushing it to potentially 24.14 because the structure is showing that. The structure is not
Right.
showing the cells yet. Or cells meaning like it's trending past what 22.95. No. So what do I do Monday, Tuesday, whatever? I'll wait for a retracement. It could be on Friday, they might just this today's Friday. So on Monday, I'm gonna be seeing how far they pull back. And if they don't pull far enough, they probably just gonna sweep or respect the 8:30 at 9:30 or by 11. So that's why, like, let's say I was wrong and they swept me, I still check in by 12:30 or 1 just to see if what y'all doing since y'all swept me. Are y'all still? Oh wow, yeah. Because if they got me with the sweep, they're gonna be a break and retest. And I noticed that like by 11, 12, and I'm like, okay, there you go, there you go. I catch it. And boom. So let's say you see like let's say I was expecting price to buy here, and it didn't, and they came and sold. I'm like, damn. But when they break and retest here, hey, that's my redemption, and I'm just gonna put my stop loss a little bit below because I know that was a sweep. That is the break. That is the retest, and I'll take it. So I just explained to you behavior and structure in a language that
Right.
you can understand. So
Now, can I get
imagine
a
how,
copy of this?
oh, I was just about to say that. Imagine how grateful you will be to watch this over and over and over and over and over again. I feel like I just broke down 7 years of knowledge in this breakdown, and it's probably the best breakdown I've ever done for you.
It's still good.
Yeah. So now you know why you should hold a trade, especially on a Tuesday when prices like respecting this since from last Friday. Shoot, they
Mhm.
might even pull up on Thursday and still respecting that low. Take that trade.
Yeah, I'm gonna study this one and the other one, the Tuesday to Thursday. That's
That's
what I'm
right.
studying.
That's all you need.